So, good afternoon. So, I wanted to do a commentary pertaining to a live stream that I watched, and mind you, the audio has been altered. And disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only, and in my opinion only.
Anyhow, it's all good. Yeah, and I love to see how they always keep, they always change the scam. They always make new scams. Just when you think you've seen it all, there's another scam out there. I have a sister who works in fraud at one of the big banks, and she just tells you about craziness. Can you hear me now, okay? Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Maybe I'll, all right, I'm going to try one thing. Okay, I'll try again. Here, I'll unplug it. So, can you hear me? I can hear you. Okay, it's all fine. It's because my charger keeps cutting. Fraud at one of the big banks. Beyond very long. Yeah, okay. I forget what we were talking about. Oh, yeah. Quickly, scams and stuff. There's so many out there, and you just all of it. And I think people feel there's like what I was just addressing was just YouTube. How many scams are going on YouTube? And there's a lot of our friends out there on these channels that are getting scammed and really.
So this person's live stream is pertaining to scamming. So we're gonna just let them tutor us on this, because they're so wise.
Well, you could, like you said, you can only tell people so much, and if they continue to do it after you tell them, well, I guess then they deserve it. My opinion. Exactly. Yep, that was what my title was about. You can only scream at them so many times that they're lying, they're using da 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 da, and if you proceed to give it to them, well, that's fine, but don't come crying back that it was a scam. Yep. Because when you knew it, it shows it the other way. And then there's they just well, whatever, or they don't think it's a scam, or because somebody's not asking for money. Well, that's just a matter of wordplay, in my opinion. When you have GoFundMe's and a shopping list and this and that,
Isn't that something? Now, first of all, I thought this woman's channel is supposed to be an outreach channel. But bringing up GoFundMe, I don't know, coincidence?
I'm going to put my shopping list up, guys. I need new 10 troops. That's what maybe some of 10s.
Oh, put my shopping list up. Oh, so this has to do with the tires? Are you really trying to tell people I'm scamming people? I'm not saying she said it. That's weird.
Because it's ridiculous. People, unless you know 100% that that's going to charity, don't be giving it. That's all or give it if you want, but don't come crying. Yeah. Because it's a shame people are living off of other people. They're just literally, and these people don't mind that they're living off their pension.
Some people actually paid their taxes into their disability. So, I mean, I'm not saying she's talking about me, but
like their hard work, either their hard-earned penny, their loved ones' hard-earned penny, and they're living off of it. But alcoholics and addicts don't have a conscience when they're drinking and using. They just don't. They use anybody and everybody. Usually your family gets it worse, but by the time you've been around an addict or alcoholic for a decade or two, your family's already done with it. Yeah.
Oh, so she can't be talking about me because she's talking about alcoholics and addicts. But like I said, I thought they were an outreach channel, so that's kind of odd to me as well.
You've already crossed all this bridges, I guess. Molly, come. Molly.
Okay, Jules. TikTok.
Hey, instead of chaos, I love winter is not good for rock hunting. What are we talking about over here? I don't know if she's going to come back. Let me post it in case she does. I do not know.
Okay.
Oh, no, you got back your... Yeah, just stay there then. Okay. Didn't get as hot. I don't know. Beautiful outfit.
We'll see.
My rock tumblers. You know, I did have a rock tumbler when I was a kid.
Like she got off topic.
Oh, you do, Amy. Yeah, you have birds over there we don't ever see, or ones we only see. No, I just text me. I'm so confused.
Hi, Tanger.
Hey,
How you doing?
Tommy said it's okay, Oreo. Tommy said he brought his from the store. Doing all right, gosh, I'm doing good.
Looks like
Are you
she.
mad? There's like,
Hi, Night Owl.
yeah, an agent, the trophy's agent. Start your day at 4 when your body wakes up. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. So I think other people might have the same problem, and I just want to know what they choose to do. And do they continue to choose to follow the like 9 to 5 schedule like on Saturday, or hopefully someone understands that question. Oh, and that, yes, I'm into that in other cultures. You mean that's really healthy. Like I don't know, it might be Brazilian cultures, but I do know in another culture they do that, and it's really helpful for productivity and mental health and everything.
I don't know what this woman is talking about.
Because I would work.
It says that you're here to stream. I know, it keeps telling me that try to go out and come back in because it's telling me that you're already on here. Hello? Hmm. Strange.
Shift work.
There you go.
Oh, there
You
we
hear
go.
me?
Yeah, I can hear
All
you.
right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Sounds like she got off a little track on her on her video, so I was just trying to get to where she's actually saying something of any interest.
What are you looking at?
It's Jules' video where it's called "If You Are Not Willing to Learn, No One Can Teach You," and this is
Oh yeah,
from January 19th.
Yesterday's whole debacle. Do you want a timestamp?
Yeah, go. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you trying to get to the part where she brought me up?
Just to anywhere where she's talking ridiculous and commentary.
And
commentary on it.
Yeah, because I only hopped in, and when I hopped in, she just so happened to be talking about me. So I don't know what she said the entire rest of the video.
Yeah, I
I only
thought
know what
maybe
she
it
said.
might be amusing.
Yeah, I only know what she said when I came in, and then up to she blocked my I think account number 6 that I was in there with, trying to get her to explain, why she supports abusive men towards women. So that's well, she does. You know what I mean?
No,
It's
she
like
does. It's very. It's a crazy, crazy thing.
it's
I
a crazy
gotta.
concept for a philanthropist,
Isn't it? I mean, she's
yeah.
calling them scammers now. And hi, I Heart Pink. This is Tiffany, by the way, up here.
Yeah,
I
well,
have her started at 31 minutes right here. We can see what she's saying here. She's talking about guilty conscience.
like sitting there and someone
I am.
stop sign.
Okay, here, I'll mute out and listen.
And you've got a guilty conscience. I didn't. I was just like, what?
She's whispering to herself. Okay, I moved her up. So whispering. Oh no, wait. I had it paused.
Yeah, that's something as well. Yeah, my iron is very low. Very, very low.
She's talking about her health problem.
Yeah, Jessie Hope. Hers is not what mine was 2 years ago. They gave her an iron infusion, and she says it worked awesome. So I went to my doctor back last year when she and I talked about it, and they're like, no, well, you bumped up 2 points in a year, so you're not in the
Munchausen, hypochondriac.
And I'm like, I've been safely taking this iron pills for it to go from a 7 to a 9, and I can't get an infusion. I was like, ah. So I've been taking it now for another year, which is 5 to.
Oh, so she's trying to get an infusion. Are you there, Tiffany? Whoops, what happened to her? Hello?
Dude,
Hello?
I'm having a day today. Okay, I should be okay now.
Did you hear her? She's like
No,
taking iron pills.
I didn't.
I
meant to hit mute. Instead, I hit the back button. Then I exited out of the stream, and then I panicked. And yeah, it's one of
yeah,
those.
she's like, oh, getting her iron checked, trying to, get an infusion, so she keeps taking more iron. Sounds like Munchausen.
She needs a big old dose of Act Right is what she needs. Fuck the iron. She needs a big serving of Act Right every day, Jules. Sorry.
Here we go.
So frustrating.
So frustrating.
Even on days when I go a little sleep.
She's just talking about herself.
I feel the same way when I go.
Okay.
Well, you don't look like you need that nose.
That giggle. Incessant. You keep sending me these things.
And my heart is about 180s. And the doctor said that's
Munchausen. Doctor says it's Munchausen.
Oh, the kid. Mel Gibson.
Figured out. Munchausen.
Pushing from both sides.
What you talking about? It's been squished from both
pushing
sides.
from both sides, like building up the Rutgers area and the hospital.
Oh, Munchausen.
Confirmed.
Yes.
Okay.
Confirmed.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Sounds like a lot. Yeah, that one. I didn't even read it. I'm not even reading what she wrote, but I actually don't.
Yeah,
so
play it on play it at regular. Hey, Tracy, play it at regular speed because it's hard to understand her. She can't strike you as long as we give commentary. Just play it at regular speed. It's hard to understand.
I just found the part though where she's talking about you, so I will play it now.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna put one on every wall in the house. No joke.
I think she's reading your comment. You have to speed her up because she goes so slow. Come on, lady. Oh, you know what? I hit fucking pause. My bad.
You're as bad as I am, girl. Whoops.
Oh, the $9.99. Be a lot of money if I ordered for you.
Oh.
Building up on the town. There are a lot.
I can't understand. I can barely hear or understand her for some reason.
It buffered just then. That's why.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know it well enough. No.
Yeah. This has got to be it. This has got to be.
Scared about you. So I've even been blind enough to tell all the information. I won't. So I really did like you. So I think.
Oh, she's talking about Miss Passion there.
Like I wasn't even allowed to go to Camden. I wasn't even allowed to go like a certain block past certain area in Collins. My parents were protected. Oh, I mean, Camden was.
I thought she didn't grow up in Camden. I thought she grew up down south.
friends. On YouTube matters, except for my good dear friends, of course. And you guys know who you are. Oh.
That's why I had her speed it up.
Oh.
Oh, they go, Miss P, go away, get a job. Yeah, Tiff, please stop. It doesn't involve any of us.
I even said that to Miss Passion, even you, I really, of everybody, and anyone could tell you this.
Yeah, she started before that. She started a little bit. But do you want me to try and play it on my end? See if it's clear?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay, let me see. Give me a timestamp where you're at right now, though.
Oh, I was at 53 minutes.
Okay, let me see something here.
Oh, here it is. Wait, here we go. Oh, they're $9.99. That'd be a lot of money if I ordered 40 of them. Okay, it says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Keep moving. Hey, Jesse.
I heard Pink is right about that.
God, she does talk so slow. Yes, she does have a pattern. How's this sound, you guys? Yes, you're right. I heard
so slow.
No, wait. It's okay. We'll just tough through it. Let me see.
Like 1.25, 1.5.
Okay.
It's like she falls asleep in between.
She has that she's on the benzo talking speed. You know what I mean? It's slow.
Yeah, something.
Benzo slow. Okay. Let's see.
Sorry about that, guys. She won't be back. If she comes back, if she comes back in any other account, you guys have right to block her in any of the accounts. She has a beef with me that's unrelated to you guys, and it's unrelated to the chat, so it's not allowed in the chat. I don't know what her beef is, but definitely does not belong here. Well, do Victor, I'm heading to Pollock for a bit.
Okay, so let's just intermission there. She doesn't know what my beef is, but it's definitely not allowed there. Okay, this woman has invited and coddled a man who has posted private images of me, who has reached out to my entire family, who has had another female's children taken out of her custody intentionally. He set her up, who has had another woman beat up by Antifa, who lives not in Danish, what's it called, Finland. He has a pattern of stalking, harassing, and abusing females. And this woman is coddling him and making him out to be a victim and platforming.
Look at Vern. She gave Vern a platform, too.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she has a pattern of this. So when I hear that she says that there's nothing wrong with him posting those private images of me and that I sent them to him anyways, and this, that, and another thing. And other people are coming to me and saying this because I don't watch you, Jules. I can't watch you. It's like I'd rather sit here and watch grass grow. Like watching you is torture to me, okay? But
let's commentary on her.
but it just so happens. It just so happens I have a comment from BP, okay? And she says to me, she can't believe that you backed Yaxley up in the whole picture thing. And she was disgusted by that. So I go back and I'm like, wonder where this is going on at. And I see that you're live. So I decided to confront you publicly because publicly you supported an abusive, predatory man. So publicly, I'm going to question your stupid ass about it because you are a liar. You're a liar. You're intentionally conniving. You manipulate your chat. You make people out to be what they aren't. And I've seen through you this entire time. And that's the reason why we have a problem. And yes, it's a very public problem because guess what, bitch? I'm going to make it public now. You wanted me off your ass, Jules. Guess what you just got? You got me all up over your ass now because I have had it with you. I have an email Jules gave me that is a conversation between you and her. It's from the beginning when she was just beginning her manipulation with me. Conversation between her and I or her and SG.
It mentions Vern, she says, too. She said basically she didn't want to take me from Tiffany.
She didn't want to take me from Tiffany. Huh? I'm lost there. I have a feeling, Miss Passion, the whole reason you fell out with me had to do with that stupid cunt bag. Sorry about my language.
Yeah, I think so too. Want to hit play? Oh, Jules sent me a conversation between her and SG in the beginning.
Wow. Ugh.
But I didn't know, and so I didn't want.
So just so everybody knows, all I did is I went in her chat and I said, can you explain to me why you support a predatory male doing the things that he's done to me? Can you explain that to me? Because I find that to be really concerning, right?
Make things into sides. That's true.
Yes, she does. That's exactly what she does, and she accuses everybody else of doing it. Listen to what she says about me next here. I was like, oh my God, I was so mad.
Where's Pollock? Is Pollock a town that I'm not familiar with?
Like the dog with the bone in the background is killing me.
Why would she do that?
Dude, she hums these little songs to herself. Jules, you're a psychopath. Like, I'm convinced. Oh God, I'm not okay.
Luna, for the exact reason of what I told you and what I've been telling Bobbles this whole time, because she's not a nice person. That's why. Well, she just.
So Luna says, why is she doing this? Okay. And she goes, the same reasons I've been telling you and Bobbles, Luna. So she's been reaching out to Luna and Bobbles, trying to convince them that I'm some piece of shit. Jules,
and Miss Passion. Reaching out to Miss Passion. See right there, it says wanted me to steal from Tiffany. Her and SG.
Wow.
It's almost like she's like a high school girl that's like running for class president.
Okay, look at this. Just proves exactly what we thought. This cuntbag's going behind the scenes, contacting people and doing all this shit, manipulating. Wow.
All on.
Jules, you know how many times I've reached out to Bobbles and brought you up? 0. You know why? I don't give a rat's ass about you or what you do, but you can't keep our names out of your goddamn mouth, and you do this manipulative trouble. And you stir all this shit up, you cause problems, you are a horrible, lying, rotten human being. I am going to expose you everywhere you go, everywhere you brand your little fake charity bullshit. Guess what? I'm going to be right there behind you, bitch, exposing you, because you have pushed me over the cliff. Okay.
She just showed your hand. I mean, it was bound to happen. She just thinks people aren't going to believe when she shows them.
I just showed my hand because I publicly confronted her on why she would support somebody who revenge porned me and who stalked me.
She showed her hand. Did you hear how she referred to something very serious with you? Yeah, she thinks it's a game.
All I said was, why would you support that? That's all I said.
Your hand, believe her. When she shows you who she is, believe her. It's right there.
That's what I say all the time. That's how crazy she is.
That's who she is. It's who she's always been. People just follow it, fall for it, and then she uses it against people. So everyone's just falling for it and being a fool. She's using people to go after other people.
Okay, let me make one thing really clear to you, Jules. I am not like you. I don't need to use people to go after anybody. I do just fine on my own. I could give a rat's ass if every single person on this platform hates me. I will still be there calling stupid, lying bitches like you out, because you know why? You're a horrible human being. You're a rotten person, and you disgust me. So guess what? I'm not going anywhere. I don't care who's behind me, in front of me, to my side, and holding my hand. It does not matter to me. I don't need anybody, Jules, because you do this all on your own. I don't have to do anything. You just flap your little fucked up mouth all the time, blah, 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 behind the scenes with your emails and your bizarro texts at 4 a.m. You text people at that time, you creep. Anyways, I'm going to keep going.
Everyone's falling for it, and she got all you guys scared of her or whatever. I don't know. I'm not scared of her.
You should be.
Come on, leave her chat alone. I accidentally put it on. I'm trying to block it, not even paying attention. And I put it on there. Yeah, that one. Don't ignore me, Jules. I didn't even read it. I'm not even reading what she wrote, but
No, she's not going to read it because she's supporting a predatory male like a weirdo. What kind of woman does that? What kind of woman are you, Jules? So that's right. You're just, you know, you're a glorified prostitute. You simply don't have to work anymore. That's all. You're on a long contract with Joe. Let's be real here and what's really going on there, Jules.
Accidentally put that one on the screen. Oh, Pollock is in Camden. That's where you're headed. You mean you're moving into Pollock? Pollock for a bit. I don't know. I've had people ask me like, Molly, out. I've had people ask me like, you know, this area. So there are a lot of different little areas within Camden, but I don't know it well enough to know. Yeah.
See, she's rattled now. Now she's yelling at the dogs.
Since I grew up in Collingswood, I wasn't even allowed to go to Camden. I wasn't even allowed to go like a certain block past a certain area in Collingswood because my parents were so protective.
Here comes.
Oh man, Camden was one of the worst cities. I mean, they were wise. It was one of the worst cities in the country for crime. You know.
I was raised in such a bubble.
Does the state owe you 5,000, 10,000, 20?
And she's going to monetize off of her abuse of and manipulation and lying and slander about people. Isn't that cute, Jules? I'm going to skip this, bitch.
$20,000 or more in unreceived unemployment.
You know, I don't want to say it, but SS.
Now she's humming a song. You are a psycho creepo. Oh my God, she's such a freak. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, Connie, definitely. There's a lot of people mad at a lot of people. And if a lot of people keep saying mad at the other lot of people, then what happens is those lots of people that are mad at other lots of people keep being mad at lots of people. How about everyone just drop it and let
What? Everybody dropped it, Jules. I took my videos down about you. Well,
Yeah,
I put them back up.
today for what? Yeah.
Yeah, I took my videos down about you. Okay. I shut up about you. I don't think about you. But every single time you do this shit, you've been doing it for almost 2 years now. Every time. Every time. And I want to make something really clear when she denies all this Munchausen bullshit and everything else. I spoke to her 2 days after the fact, and you know who she blamed it on? She blamed it on Ollie that she said that. She sure did. You sure did, Jules. God, I wish I would have recorded your ass.
Live their lives. That's what I have to say. I made my peace. I have my peace. I had no parts in anything. Go live your life, you know? I'm happy with myself. At the end of the day, I can...
No, she's not. And that's why she does this shit.
Rest my head on my pillow and know that I am at peace with my creator, and that's the only person that matters to me.
Because you're a
no one on YouTube
long-term
matters, except for my good dear friends,
Jules. That's what
you are.
You are. Hoe bag. Sorry, I'm so mad at her.
Oh. Yeah, and same thing with you, Miss Passion. You know you're making it all up. It's really, I even said, to Miss Passion, meaning even you, I really, of everybody, and anyone could tell you this, had no idea you were like that. I really cared about you. So I've even been polite enough to tell all the information I won't. So I just, yeah, I really did like you. So that stinks. Hey, Jessie, how are ya? Well, Luna, but she does sell some people up. She can sell, I mean, she can sell some people a story for sure. And I've watched it go around in circles, and I've been watching her pattern, and, you know, just, it's evil and it hurts people. And I'm
This is what we call 101 projection. This is projection 101 right here, what she's about to demonstrate. She's going to tell on herself by blaming me for her very own actions. Because I'll tell you right now.
She could be blaming Miss Passion. She could be blaming you. She could be blaming me. Anyone.
I'll tell you right now, though. I couldn't manipulate a person if I fucking wanted to. I am so by the seat of my pants and my mouth. I can't hold shit back. This is what Jules does. This is what she does. This is what a calculated. Yeah, calculated, conniving, manipulative, sociopathic psycho like her does. And thank God she doesn't have kids. Thank God you don't have kids, Jules, because, man, just listening to you talk about those dogs in this live stream, yeah, no bueno.
The kind of person that doesn't like a bully. I don't care if they're a bully in the playground, a bully on the internet, a bully anywhere. I don't like a bully.
She hasn't seen a bully. She's about to meet one because you know what, Jules, I've had it with you. I'm not going to bully. I'm just going to expose you, but you're going to cry about it, aren't you, Pollyanna?
Oh my god. Joe, Tiffany's bullying me.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
God, bitch. Sorry.
I see a bully, and someone that pretends they don't like bullies. No, they are the bully. They are the manipulator. They are the ones going around and becoming friends with certain people just to use them against other people. That is who you're dealing with. They will literally make a friend and pretend to be someone's friend just to go after a person that they dislike more. That is why.
Okay. I want everybody in the chat and in the world to raise your hand if I've ever come to you and say,
I need help against this person. I can't.
give me a fucking break, Jules. I'm not like you.
I
You
think
guys,
she's
when you
got
wonder
two
why
phones.
people are friends and then not friends and friends and not friends, that is exactly why. Because they decide, oh wait, my hate for this one person is less than my hate for this other person, so we will join up and go after her. That's what's been going on online this whole time, and everyone's confused because you guys are good people. But you being good people should know the facts, and those are the facts. And quite honestly, she's the ringleader when she wants to be. There's other players, but it's a very sad game to play.
Joel, you're paranoid, dude, because you're on guilt.
Something if you hear me rummaging around. And they threaten with your past, your history. They threaten, they dox you. You know, they do whatever they can to get. She's been trying to get me mad at her for a while.
Actually, Jules, if you want to know who doxed you, that would have been Ollie. Ollie doxed you, remember? Joe and all of his wives and your bad history as a nurse. You didn't only have your nursing license pulled in New Jersey, it was also pulled in Connecticut too, wasn't it, Jules? Oh my God, that's why you don't show up to work taking care of premature newborns in the NICU drunk.
Well,
And it hasn't worked, so she's angrier, so she's gonna try harder.
I wasn't angry, but
she
now
showed her hand on accident because she was so mad.
Yeah, you're right. I'm mad. Now I'm showing my hand. It's full of shit. That has your name all over it, Jules.
Comment. So one of them came through on accident. There we go. Oh, how do I get rid of this person? There we go.
What the fuck?
No.
I kind of wonder if she's a dissociative personality, like all these voices she does and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. God.
Another one. I don't know who you are, but you don't talk to my Luna like that. Good.
All I said to Luna was, Luna, she said it publicly. She supports this person publicly. I'm going to question her on it publicly. That's all I said. But see how she tries to spin it? It wasn't rude towards Luna. I wasn't being rude. I was explaining why I was in her chat doing that right then. Yeah. No disrespect, no rudeness, no nothing towards Luna. I was just explaining. But do you see how what she does? This is a manipulator in its just heyday right here. That is what she will do to try and manipulate and control and create a narrative out of a situation that isn't true. Oh, nobody's gonna talk about Luna like that. Oh my God, Jules. Oh my God.
I just clicked you. I hate it when it says an error has occurred. You're like, no. Can someone block, I don't want to say it, but SS?
My account was sucks ass.
Someone block them for me because they don't talk to my Luna like that.
See her? That
hey, chosen one and his girl Sparling. Hey, you left a comment the other day, and I don't remember what it was. Joe mentioned it to me. I guess it was of some interest. He was like,
you left a comment the other day, and I don't remember what it was, but Joe mentioned it to her. That's because Big Daddy Joe monitors everything this woman does. Everything. He monitors her YouTube comments. He probably monitors her email, her text messages, her live chats. That is fucking weird. That is not normal. That is really bizarre. When she's in trouble, he locks her in the she shed.
So I meant to go look at it and respond to you. I kind of took off a couple of days this weekend from the from YouTube and just from everything. So I'll get back.
That wasn't by choice, okay? Either when she takes these breaks, it's not by choice. This is her. She has to. She's told to, right?
She said time.
Yeah.
Back to whenever
Oops.
I can, is what I'm trying to say. 5 words, I just said it in 50 words.
Oh my God, it's another fucking commercial.
Mm.
Wow.
We'll have to reach out to her advertisers too. And
Well,
tell
Jules
them
is going to kiss her monetization. Bye-bye, Jules. Sorry to break the news to you, but you're not going to be monetizing off my back, bitch. Nope, ain't going to happen.
She looks to me too. Watch, you'll see.
Jesse Hope leaving? Did I miss that? Or was that a bit of time ago? I know she's watching from the sidelines. Oh no, the mail lady's here. I hope they don't put any pink envelopes in that mailbox. Because if they do, I'm gonna this girl on here is gonna be making fun of me. Oh no, I'm so irritated. Oh, nope, she didn't put any pink.
What? Yeah, see, that's what I said, benzos. Yeah, she's doing the benzo fucking babble. What is she talking? What is she, dude? Oh my God. Remember when she nodded off in that one live stream? She was like, her head was on her keyboard.
You did the drip from the drool.
Oh, if anyone knows, I'm doing that funny voice from, I forget what that channel name is. Oh, it's hilarious. The guy is so smart. Oh,
nice
he's
out.
Just really hilarious, like Rambo voice.
Nice out, Jules. She just realized.
Yeah, well, Luna, you figured it out pretty quick. I mean, between you, Bobbles, and me, saying different things, I have to say you're one of the fastest to figure it out. So, and that's helpful because then you can prevent other people from getting hurt. That's the purpose to you learning these things. Isn't just like, oh, I know now. It's like, now, and then you can help the next person who you see as a potential victim, prevent them from being a victim. Because people, this isn't a small matter. I mean, when I was doing some research on one of my lives I was going to do a little ways back, I was doing a lot of educational ones. And there was two cases. There was one was, I think, a reporter or something that had been suicide trolled. And it wasn't much, guys. It was like literally like someone saying like, you should hate yourself or something, repeated a couple times. And it wasn't anything that, if someone sent that to me, I'd be like, I'm a confident person. Like, you can't, talk to me and keep berating me and repeating yourself using those tactics.
Okay. I'm going to keep pausing this so she can't strike you. Okay. When has anybody heard me say to anybody that sounded suicide trolly? Have I ever told anybody to kill themselves? Have I ever said, boy, you're so nasty, you should just hate yourself? No. I don't need to say things because, again, these people tell on themselves. They say enough themselves for everybody to see right through them. But people are so blind to this because it becomes what it is. It truly is a popularity contest. It's like a big echo chamber. Who has the most people that have positive feedback? They become so invested in the group think and the in-group think that they fail to see what's right in front of their face. And I don't really give a shit about that. And that's why I don't really fit in anywhere because I've never given a crap about that. She did a stream only like 10 minutes, a few months back. It was after that when she left Dingling No Show. She came back and remember that, Miss Passion? She was shit-faced. It was so funny. She was saying all kinds of weird shit. Anyways, I just want to point that out. Anybody would be hard-pressed to find examples of me suicide trolling anybody, anywhere, any point in time that I've...
she's going to say it's me in a second.
Oh, she...
what tactics you're using, and it's not going to work, But if I were like a frailer, a woman with no husband or, no fiance or like just really no connection, that's how sick it is. Because these people, when they do this stuff, they sometimes they pick the wrong person, meaning me, like I was the wrong person to pick. They thought I was like sweet, but, I may be sweet, but I'm not dumb. But they could do it to one of our loved ones, or even if it's not your loved one, it does matter.
Yes, I are, Pink. Almost daily shit like that gets said to me, but you don't see me whining all over the internet about it. I don't go live every day and cry about it, right? Do you ever see me even bring it up? No. You know why? Because it's like, shut up. I wouldn't want to be seen.
She's trying to deflect and make it look like it happened to her when it didn't.
Oh, yeah, she does. Oh God, yeah. I have
that's what she's doing here. She's trying to make it look like it happened to her.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. She's like a chameleon, she doesn't see when people are this psychotic, they don't know how to behave normally in a proper social situation. Like she doesn't know how to interact with people like how we do. So she has to almost parrot and veil herself with other people's personalities, other people's stories, other people's situations.
It sounds like me in a way where she's going, because I was the wrong person to pick, like how she's saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be someone's loved one, and it is someone's loved one. It could be some old lady in a house, and they start messing with her because they think she's stupid or something. And she does. She takes too many pills or something. It happens. So these people have to be stopped. This is
okay. So what she's doing there, she's doing a call to it's a fallacy. She's using what she just did is a logical fallacy. So what she did, it's called an appeal to ignoramus or something like that. It's an appeal to ignorance, basically. So she took the story that Ollie's been telling people about me for almost 2 years now, that I told her to swallow bottled pills one night. Now, despite the fact that I've proven that this wasn't said, I had the conversation saved. What I said to her is she could call me if she felt low, to never get that low. I'd always be there to talk to
I
her.
do remember you saying that, yeah, to her,
Yeah,
telling
I
her that
did.
she could call you.
I recorded it and I played it for everybody.
Yeah.
And I proved that I didn't say that. Now, despite me having hard factual evidence of the actual conversation saved and me proving that I'd never said that, people still believed Ollie. I don't understand why,
Same
but
with
they
the
did.
Munchausen thing.
Yes, they did, even though, oh my God. So what she's doing right now, she is using that rumor, and she is using it as if her just suddenly she made up this example. No. She is trying to trigger people's minds about me in that manner. So they go, wait a second, didn't Tiffany do that to Ollie? A little old lady sitting in her apartment by herself who said she was going to take a bunch of pills. She's trying to weave in your subconscious mind that I'm this person that does that sorts of things without saying my name or Ollie's name. She is really, really incredibly good at this. Like, this isn't just, by accident. Jules has been manipulating like this her entire
For
life.
years.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah, since childhood, I would bet even. This is like she's a pro.
This is called suicide trolling. They try to mind, bleep you till you basically, either give them what they want, relapse if you have any issues with any drug or substances or whatever. There's I forget all the different number of things they laugh about when they get the person to finally do it. But it's a game that they play. And it's a very sadistic game. And I tried to talk about it in a live maybe like 4 months ago. But I don't think anyone really understood at that time how really severe it was. So I didn't really want to tell the whole story. I figured the story would eventually play itself out as I predicted, and it did. So
okay. She figured the story would eventually play itself out as she predicted, and it did. No, see, the reason why it played out is because she forced it to. She forced all this to play out. She made this all happen by her own behavior and actions.
Good point.
So she doesn't have some foresight. She's not some knowledgeable, wise, person who has a long gaze.
Manipulating it.
No, she manipulated a situation so it played out exactly as she wanted it to be, to paint herself as a victim, because she has a problem with me because I saw through her bullshit with Survivorgirl. She has a problem with Survivorgirl because she's a freak. Okay? That's all it is to it. And I think her issue with you...
Am I the freak or is she the freak?
Well, she's the freak. But I think her problem with you, Tracy, and honestly, I think what happened, and this is just my assumption, I don't have any factual basis for this, but the only thing I can concur is that she donated more money than she had available to her. And Joe got mad at her and she had to panic, and she panicked and tried to figure out a way to maybe get it back. That's the only thing I can conjure up in my head to give some reasoning behind why she would just suddenly turn on you like that, because it was bizarre.
I think it was because she likes to support men that are violent, and she hates other girls, and she's still in high school, and she's a weirdo.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. But that doesn't make sense. There had to have been some some confounding issue that happened that made her, because if you remember, of course you do, her immediate actions towards you was to say, I'm not paying your car payment that month, that your GoFundMe was a fraud, and to demand her money back, remember? So there always is a catalyst to make somebody act, right? So I'm thinking the catalyst had to have been Joe getting mad at her for donating $200 because they didn't have the money. That's what I personally think.
Yeah, but she's been paying bills for Miss Passion. She's been sending, bikes and stuff. I think Joe is just as much as a control narcissist as she is. I think they both favor themselves as as puppet masters or something.
Yeah, well, Joe's even more so. Joe's a lot of the
Yeah,
driving force behind Jules, and I wouldn't be surprised if possibly if Jules isn't, um, Joe's puppet. It could this a lot
they're
of this
two
could be
weirdos. They're
yeah, a
two
lot of
weirdos.
this could be Joe manipulating her to believe these things.
I don't know. I think
Um,
they are just two weirdos, and they are thinking they're
oh, completely,
yeah.
completely. Okay, let me hit
Keep
play.
going.
Yeah, well, and another thing, Luna, I appreciate you helping, but the thing is, when you argue with her, you're arguing against possible. I didn't read a single thing she said except for the top thing when it says something Jules when accidentally pinned it. You're not arguing with facts all the time. And the same thing with SG, and I'm just gonna say it right here now because this thing's just gonna be done. The problem is you're arguing with some facts, and that's what makes her good at pulling people back into her lair. Because if anyone remembers what she had said about Joe and I, and how we had when she was like crying, or when Ange got her, or whatever, that is so vile that if anyone would feel sorry for her after then she put that image of Ollie's leg and stuff and whatever face out there and making, I have it, I sent it to 3 different people, so it's out there. It's very mean, and yet people keep going over there listening to her crying and crying and crying. That's an emotional abuse. So anyway, you're dealing with some facts. You have to remember that they don't just, it's not all lies. If it was all lies, you guys could feel like that's all lies. They throw some truths and then they throw lies in there, and that's how they get you to go and believe them. So Luna's going to try to debate Tiff about it because she's going to be like, well, I know about this and I know about that, but you really don't know about any of it. Not you, but I mean nobody really knows about any of it because most of it's not facts.
Okay. Please get along? Who's not getting along? Hi, Maria. Nice to see you, hon.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, she's just projecting. See, she's projecting. She's trying to project away her bad behavior. Look at, she publicly supported a person who is a psycho predatory male. All I did was go in her chat and asked her why she would do that and if she thinks the things that he did to me are okay. This is what this is all about. All I did is say, why did you support and defend this person after they did this to me? Can you answer that to me? And this is what this all stemmed from. Okay, she publicly supported this person. She's publicly shaming me for being a victim of somebody who's a horrible, horrible stalker weirdo. Okay, I have every right to
You
ask
heard her
that.
mention me just then, right?
Yeah, she's trying to say that we lie and twist things around and you posted Ollie's leg and this, that, and another thing. See, so what she's doing is she's making that call to ignorance and she is bringing up situations that on the surface look very bad. Okay.
No, but at the end of the day, I took down that video, but she says she's mailed it out to 3 people, so it's out there. So
Right.
how is it so disturbing to Ollie if they're mailing it around to everybody?
Well, that's just the thing. It's like she tries to act like she's, some innocent bystander just standing there with her, wide gaze and deer in headlights, and when really she's behind the scenes stirring all this shit up. Why would she fucking send that to anybody if it was so offensive? Didn't Ollie post those pictures of her leg and her lip the week before?
Yeah, she's been posting that video all over the place.
Right. So the week before you posted the same images, she had posted them on her own channel to show everybody what was done to her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they were public before you posted them.
Considering to what they had done to me repeatedly, that was trivial. That was tiny, minute. And I just wanted her to see how it felt.
But my point is those images weren't private. Those were images she had already shared with people, okay, on her channel. So all you did is you put some commentary on it that wasn't very savory, right? Well, cry me a fucking river, okay? Sorry, not sorry, Ollie. You know what? You asked for a bitch when you've been emailing my son's photo around, when you were going around saying, Tracy faked your cancer. You had this come in times 10. I feel no sympathy for you. My mom has the same type of cancer. Actually, hers has upgraded to melanoma, and she has breast cancer. Okay, but still, you found it appropriate to call her the day her uncle died and give her condolences. Her brother passing away because you thought I was lying. You old horrible hag. horrible person. What's going on?
Yeah.
Kate McGee. Hi, Laura. How's it going?
Was that who that is?
Yep. Tiffany's very knowledgeable. Do you have a degree or worked in the field? I don't know. Maybe it's not Laura, but I know they showed up in its chat the other day saying stuff that was pretty.
I mean, that's true. You are pretty knowledgeable. So, yeah, all it takes is to be able to read and learn. So, you don't have to have a degree for that. I know what they're trying to say, but let's just.
Yeah, just leave them. Honestly, it doesn't bother.
If they get worse, we'll get rid of them. Yeah.
I'll just leave them because they wind up outing themselves. I think it's funny.
Yeah, me too.
My mom's doing okay. My grandmother had breast cancer too. Her second bout. They both at the same time. My grandma's cancer free right now.
That's awesome.
My mom's just starting her treatment and everything. So we'll see how that goes.
And that's how she works.
Frontier's 100%
Oh my God.
fiber internet is here with more speed and reliability.
Wow.
It can be unstoppable and transformative without buffering.
You better get those commercials down, Jules.
Like Superior? Oh, Diana, so I was giggling earlier about a rock tumbler I had as a child. That did not work because someone came in here. That was him. That was him. Oh, gotcha. It was him. Now it finally clicked. But does his rock tumbler, can you ask him, does his rock tumbler actually work? Because that's, how many years later? 20? I don't know. 1 second, I gotta get some here. Why do you look like you're up to no good?
Yeah, of course, her little wiener dog's up to no good, you paranoid freak. It's probably just hungry or wants a walk or... God, she's such a weirdo.
Every time. Yep, definitely, Starling. It's awful. And there's all kinds of weird mental tactics they'll go to. But the one thing they like to do is to get a reaction. You have to, first and foremost, for people that are out there trying to avoid people like that, you have to remember they like a reaction. So if you don't react in like a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, they can't stand that.
Okay, so you know what she's doing? This is all Joe's little whiteboard education. He sat her down and forced her to listen to, right? Where he did all his little flow charts of cyberbullying mentality and psychology. So what she is doing, she's parroting what Joe told her is going on, and what she is basically, what I believe is Joe told her how to handle people who are calling her out. So instead of this being Joe giving her educational, topics to share with her channel, what he was basically teaching her to do is how to manipulate everybody through these certain tactics. That's why you'll see Jules, and she won't respond publicly all that often. And when she starts to, she'll suddenly go dark, right? And she'll be quiet for a long time. The pathology behind this situation is so fucking convoluted, and it's so sick. It's very hard for people like me and Tracy to explain it in a coherent and cohesive manner, because it's hard to show.
It's not coherent and cohesive. Yeah.
It's not a rational and reasonable situation. So, and she does so much of this shit behind the scenes. It's really hard to
I just want to address one thing before they think that they were ignoring, like, it's very important, like in the chat. Are you talking about cancer in the chat? Because for one thing, Night Owl, and I suggest every woman get that test to see if they carry that gene, where you carry a breast cancer gene. And I think that it's very important for every woman to be tested from that. And I also feel like that if you ever feel maybe a lymph node that is swollen, or you're feeling a little pulsating, like a throbbing somewhere where there's usually lymph nodes, then try to get that looked at, because I almost feel that lymph nodes hold back cancer. And then Yeah, and then if it doesn't get seen to at that point, I don't think it spreads to the cancer. I think it's that the lymph node holds back the cancer, and then it spreads once it held it back as much as it can.
Well,
So
also that
yeah.
itch, Tracy, if you have that if you have spots on your body where you're experiencing an itch, and it's not a surface itch, it's a different type of an itch. It's internal. It's hard to explain. It's an itch it feels like it's in your body, and it's you can't satisfy it by itching it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a massive sign of something going on. And fatigue, I think the biggest thing too is that people, probably wonder that kind of, the sudden fatigue is just, it's debilitating.
Now, what made
Fatigue.
you like? Had you researched something about that itch that you're talking about? Because I've heard about that Morgellons disease or something where.
No, it's not Morgellons. No, when you have lymphomas, certain kinds of lymphomas, breast cancer, sometimes you'll get an internal itch.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a major sign. Actually, there's a name for it. It's called shit. What the hell is it? It's actually medical. They have a medical name
Are they
for.
the spiral cat or something? Huh?
I think that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're almost tiny worm. Have you ever heard of that? Those worms?
No. That's not what it is. No, there's a. Hold on. Let
Because
me look
don't
it
you
up.
do that deworming thing?
Yeah, I take Brendazole every day. Well, not every day, but I take it. I'm on a 3-day on, 2-day off, and then one day I double up.
Send me the information for that because I actually don't think
Yeah,
that
what
that is
you
a bad idea.
No, it's not bad as long as you have healthy liver function. And you have to supplement yourself with it with different vitamins, and it's good to do a CBD regimen with it. And night sweats are huge too. Night sweats are, but not night sweats. I'm not talking where you wake up and you're just kind of damp around your neck. I'm talking like your bed's wet, kind of night sweats. Okay, wait, hold on. What was I looking up? Oh yeah, cancer itch. I always forget the name of this.
Because those spiral cats, yeah, those cause a lot of stuff.
Okay. Skin itching, it's common with skin lymphomas, non-Hodgkin lymphomas, T-cell lymphomas, Hodgkin's lymphomas. So the itch is mostly with the lymphoma, but lymphomas are closely in conjunction with breast cancers and leukemia and things like that,
Right.
and blood
Look up those
cancers.
spiral cats. I mean, it's something to do with the toxins that get in your body.
It's called
And
leukemia vera.
you'll have to spell that.
Yeah, I don't think that's
You
the
can email
name.
it to me if you want.
Yeah, I'll email it to you, but they had Hodgkin's lymphoma. What do you know what kind it was? Yeah, soaking night sweats. And the thing is lymphomas are difficult, man. All I know is that shit. Hold on.
Okay. And here's the thing too with the cyberbullying. I want to make I want to make clear that what Jules does, and I'm so glad that you guys are, discussing the cancer too, because it's very important to have this kind of support for each other and to talk about these important things. And I know we're like kind of, um, it's like a combined thing too, but like during the time that I was, fighting cancer, it was very difficult to have to deal with some woman continuously, you know, denying the fact that she had created a like a snowball effect of people who were saying I was, you know, faking cancer, that I was doing this and I was doing that. And cancer in itself is very common.
Yeah.
Huh?
The it's emotionally draining, wouldn't you say, Tracy? The emotionally
Yeah. When I go back
psychology.
and look at some of my videos from back then, you know, and I'm
Yeah.
wearing that knit cap and I'm at chemo,
Yeah. My
I don't
heart
even recognize myself. My heart breaks, you know, it's like,
broke my heart when I saw that and I saw what these people did to you, because what they did to you was horrible. But the emotional aspect of it is so scary because, you know, you're looking at a situation where you're confronted with a life that, you know, you suddenly have an expiration date in your mind, right? Suddenly life isn't as carefree as it was, right? There's a possible end. I'm not saying this to be negative. It's just those are the thoughts that go through your head, right? And it's scary. And it's not only scary, but it's you feel a little bit helpless. You feel alone. That you know, maybe a little bit of envy towards people who aren't dealing, not envy, but animosity towards people who aren't going through, who don't understand. But then on top of it, if you have to have this group of people who are minimalizing what you're going through, denying that you're going through it, and then saying that you're a fraud. Oh
not
God.
only is it hard to wrap your head around, you know, like accepting that you have cancer, but at the same time trying to convince other people that you have cancer. Like the last thing that you want to have to keep repeating is, yes, I do have cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so uh so not conducive to trying to remain positive of, you know, and to not hear encouraging words like, oh, that's awesome. You know, I mean, oh, you're not feeling as sick as like predicted. Oh, maybe that's awesome. Oh my God, thank the Lord. You know, to not hear those kind of things, to have to hear that I wasn't sick enough for them.
Kendra, I'm glad to hear your partner recovered. That's amazing. I'm glad to hear
Yeah,
that. Hey,
yeah.
Tom.
So glad everybody here it seems to have such strength in them, and I feel like we're all going to be victorious in anything that we face. If you know you have encouraging and positive people around you that feel,
Yep.
you know, yeah, that
Hey,
constant, you know, remind you of your strength.
I'm gonna have to go for a minute. But I just wanted to say I can come back. I just need maybe about 25 minutes or so.
Sure.
But since Tommy's in here, hey Tommy, I just wanted to, maybe I shouldn't address it just because of him, but Detroit Deadpool, I know exactly who you are, and don't make me suss you out again and expose you again, because man, I'm telling you, the threats and all the bullshit you're pulling, man, you're dumb. You are a fool. I know exactly who you are. Exactly. I already had to do this to you once. Don't make me have to do it again. Stop threatening people. Stop putting ultimatums out there. Stop directing people to what channels they're going to. Dumb. I will call your ass out and I will exploit you all over the place for what you're doing. Knock your shit off. Okay. You do this all the time and I'm tired of it. Stop it. That's all I got to say
I'm
about that.
tired of cyberbullies as a whole, you know? Like, I think the bad behavior and
Well, these fucking people, man. I mean, messing with Tom. Who the hell messes with Tommy and for why? It's like, give me a break.
who messes with
This,
anybody? If people don't like somebody, then just walk away and find people that you do like.
yeah. Well,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that we don't have a reason to do what we're doing. We're exposing the people who can't seem to do that. And that's the bottom
well,
line.
I've never even, well, before I knew who it was, I thought I'd never even talked to this person, and they're threatening me all over the place. And, you know, it's like, come on, dude. Tiff, please keep it calm. No,
Oh,
Maria
well,
wasn't, Maria
I'm not
wasn't calm.
specifically pointing anybody out. I'm just saying that, you know, as a whole, there's no reason to, you know, seek out people's personal information and feel the need to threaten to expose
threatening to
their
dox
influencers.
everyone. He's threatening to dox everyone and to telling people not to go to Tommy's channel, and Tommy does outreach. You know what I mean? It's just kind of fucked up. She was talking to the one giving the porno links. It's incredibly messed up. You know, Tommy doesn't do anything to anybody. You know,
No,
nobody.
I didn't do anything. They don't care. Their mindset is that's what validates them. That's where they get success.
And I think the reason is because I think they're trying to build channels to monetize off of the drama. They're trying to turn this into the drama community. And yeah, Deadpool is a reference to Marvel Comics, to Deadpool from Spider-Man and all that. But yeah, Tommy's a sweetheart. But anyways, no, they don't have any real content off, and they use their content off the backs of it. You know, their jumping off point is everybody else's channels and threats and everything else. But
White Russia. I feel like they're really suicide trolling Maddie though.
yeah, I kind of think they are too. But you know what? I know who they are, and you know they need to stop.
All of them have been suicide trolling Maddie. You know,
Yeah,
for
poor
a
Maddie.
while. Yeah, I mean, I think they seriously would not be and I'm not speaking of anybody specific. I mean, but I think people would not be beyond sending some money to her, hoping that would be the one that they could, you know, catch it on their slide. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how evil these people are.
He can talk his shit, but if he's going to continue to threaten people and talk the kind of crap he is going to talk, he's going to have his name attached to it, because I don't suffer fools like that very easily, and he is a complete POS, and I'm sick of him doing this to people because he has a history of it.
And I think that Jules has her hand in a lot of manipulation of things.
That's not true, Maria. I get myself messed up in some stupid ass shit. I love Maria.
It's not like you're even looking for it. It's like people can't stop including.
Thank you for saying that, because I really don't, Tracy. Like but hey, let me
just love to drag it back up, like this whole Yaxley thing with Jules. You know, she's dragging that up when we didn't even know she knew Yaxley. Oops, she disappeared. Yeah, you know, we didn't even know. Threatening those who give Maddie in the I don't think. But yeah, I mean, this bullying has just got to stop, and that's why. She must have like. Here's just thing. I think that we have a strong group here. Okay, I think the more that people hear positive messages, that okay, all right, Tiffany. I feel like the more that we repeat, you know, positive messages and um, find strength in each other, that it really, you know, what is it? I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on, right? I think that that is something that is a commonality. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate that. No, not Mr. Mr. Works fine. 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 You know, it's not. I mean, I knew what you meant. You know, we're all just trying to, you know, make, you know, the most of life that is here. You know, what's available and you know, I don't think it's good to sit there and allow, and there's never been like a time that Norman Schwarzkopf, right, would have told his troops, ignore them, they'll go away. And had been, would have told them, showed them videos of narcissism and called them all empaths and had them meditate on the battlefield. When somebody is attacking you in any way, shape, or form, you can't ignore things. They don't go away. Same with bills. Same with if you get a dent in your car. You can't ignore it and it goes away. Nothing in life really ever goes away when you ignore it. I mean, if they're not reaching out to create like a thorn in your side and to poke at you and to antagonize and to lie, then you don't have to ignore them because they're gone away. They're already gone away. See, so I shouldn't have to ignore anyone, because usually ignoring somebody is done by somebody who they say, oh, they're attacking me. So if I was attacking, Jules, she wouldn't find it necessary to consistently have live streams to teach people of what a horrible person I am. I'm not a horrible person. And she only describes herself every time she does that. Now, I've really been dying to do the things I've been getting the opportunity to do because of a very kind person. The thing is trying to even figure out who any of those people are is something that I don't want to have to do. They should not be granted such anonymity. Their behavior is criminal. Their behavior is criminal. And that's the bottom line. I shouldn't have to police YouTube. They have laws written and community guidelines, as they call them. They need to be held accountable for not enforcing their own rules. So I kind of want to finish the thing here because
Hi, hey, chosen one and his girl Sparling. Hey, you left a comment the other day, and Jesse Hope leaving. Did I miss that, or was that a bit of time ago? I know she's watching. So. Yeah, well, Luna, you figured.
wow, she's got a lot of commercials, man. I believe that is would be a good thing to do. Would be to continue to
you bobbled
the aggressive campaign of we do purchase these products and
fastest. figure it out. So, and that's helpful because then you can prevent other people from getting hurt. That's the purpose to learning these things. Isn't just like, oh, I know now. It's like
Hi,
you know
White
now,
Russia.
and then you can help the next person who you see as a potential victim, prevent them from being a victim. Because people, this isn't a small matter. I mean, when I was doing some research on one of my lives I was going to do a little ways back, I was doing a lot of this stuff. They, sometimes they pick the wrong person. Meaning me, like I was the wrong person to pick. Joe and I, and how we had when she was like crying, when Ange got her, whatever. That is so vile. That if anyone would feel sorry for her after then she put that image of Ollie's leg and stuff and whatever.
So right there, she says, she's talking about me, okay? And she says, when she was crying and stuff after Ange got her. I mean, what a weird thing to say.
Face out there, and I have it. I sent it to 3 different people, so it's out there. It's very mean. Yes, people keep going over there listening to her crying and crying and crying. That's an emotional abuse. Anyway, you're dealing with some facts. You have to remember that they don't just. It's not all lies. If it was all lies, you guys would say that's all lies. They throw some truths and then they throw lies in there, and that's how they get you to go and believe them. So Luna's going to try to debate Tip about it because she's going to be like, well, I know about this, I know about that. But you really don't know about any of it. Not you, but I mean, nobody really knows about any of it because most of it's not facts. And that's how she works.
So she's trying to say that most of what I say is not fact, and that's how I work. So when she's saying Luna is going to debate Tiff about it, she's saying that, so because Luna says past, but what I see now and what I see now is you getting abused by SG and you using NetNet to get info off Ollie. That somehow it's Jules' fault. So Luna is blaming me, saying that I am abusing Tiffany.
And she'll wear down even the nicest of people. Like Superior? Oh, Diana, so I was giggling earlier about a rock tumbler I had as a child.
So then Luna goes on to say, the crazy lady is just that crazy. Both SG and NetNet have gone from victims to abusers. That's all I will say. Don't want to give your channel drama. How is it? I know, right, I Heart Pink? Exactly. Right, Tiffany was talking about something totally different, and Luna still goes back to me. Does she ever just stop saying that? Crazy, right?
Including to make an attack. So, but most of you guys know who the big rollers are in this game.
This game.
Game of you.
What a weirdo, huh?
They can't stand that. If you don't react ever the rest of their life, they can't stand that. Walking away for some people in this scenario is the best option they can ever do. Walk away and go live a happy life away from people like this. So when you're out there in YouTube land and you feel like there's someone like this doing this, and then they jab at you, make a comment that's rude, your first reaction is going to be to say something rude back to them, and then you're going to be like, they're kind of always there. Like they could come in a room and they could bother you for a long time. So best thing to do is nothing at all. Don't ever respond to them in a negative way. Because if you do, that person is just waiting to make an attack. So, but most of you guys know who the big brawlers are in this game. This game of YouTube.
She's strange.
Yeah, exactly. Half truth. Thanks, Carly.
Hi, Ganjan.
Some of the stuff that SB has made up. It's like you can put like a little bit of truth in there, a little bit, and then 75% of the rest is all just made up fluff in there, and people actually believe it. These researchers, it's just like I don't know. I mean, they would have been better. I honestly think she would have been better off as being like some kind of a cult leader. Like she would have been. She could have had all these people like building her like a big, beautiful house and with like a swimming pool behind it. I mean, she got people like standing her. If she worked it right, that because she's got that somehow that charisma. I don't know how, at least for those people, and they're just following everything she says as if it's gospel truth. So hey, you lost your calling really, but it's very crazy how people believe it.
Sounds weird, doesn't it? Sounds like she's obsessed. Like maybe she's the one breaking that plastic in the background or something. Says Diana says, Luna, I'm proud of how tall you stand when you see something wrong. And Luna says, no need to explain, Jules. I think all of us here are just tired of what happened before most of us were here, which is what's happening with Tiff and SG. And then Jessie Hope says, Luna, you are such a good person with good wisdom. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tiffany. Aw. I hope it gets better.
When I was young, I got to go get the newspaper. I mean, it was on TV too, but pretty much the newspaper just hit the highlights and anything big going on. And I delivered the newspaper from like age like 11 to 14 or something. I was young. I think it was 12, which is really young, but after 13. But since it also sounds very strange, but since my older siblings were already really good paper girl kids, they're really responsible and good, and they hired me on. I was a little pissy, like back on the fact, and. But since it also sounds very strange, but since my older siblings were already really good paper girls.
Are you kidding me? She's got more commercials? Holy crap. This woman has commercials every 5 seconds. Aww.
They hired me on. I was a little pissy with all those papers running around.
Prayers for Rocky, yeah. Oh my god, another commercial. Holy crap. How's this possible?
Yeah. Oh, Luna. Yeah. Well, Luna comes at them with Luna's, like I said, faster than anyone I know, picked up on everything. I didn't really mean Luna. I mean, he's like back on his back, and you should have been. I think Luna. You should have been an attorney.
How would Luna know facts?
Your stars would have been good with that. Yeah, Luna will. Luna will be like, well, yeah, she knows something or doesn't know something. She doesn't, debate with like hard-headedness of like I'm just right. She's like, okay, well, I'll check into that. She's would be a good politician, but she won't back down if she is right. She'll be like, okay, just be passive to that person.
Dogs are precious.
Yeah, Luna. Yeah, but you argue in such a cute way. That's funny. No, but if you were a bad person, then you would be used in a bad way. But you're a good person, and you have a fair and kind heart. So if you being serious. It's okay, Jesse. Oh man, I don't even care anymore, Jesse. I'm at the point where it doesn't matter either way. They're gonna live this life, and I feel bad for them. They're the ones that are
Okay,
stuck on the
Tommy.
computer, in their life. They see nothing else out there that they enjoy that. Yeah, that's really sad. That they have to make all those accounts and then live in all these different worlds on the internet. I mean, and trick this person in this one world and trick them over here. I mean, they have to literally, I said, every morning be like, okay, this morning, make my coffee, game plan, like throw out the.
No, Jules, that is not what happens. It's not. It is not what happens, Jules. You're the one whose game plan is scheduled bash fest of people that really were nothing but kind to you. I've never really seen Tiffany do anything mean to you or myself other than in the response. Okay, I heard ping. Okay, White Russia, go ahead. I'm waiting, like as if, like she could speak it, but she's not on the piano, so. But, or he, sorry. Waiting on your question. Yeah, 19 is old for a dog. Yeah, you can ask a question, White Russian. Yeah, absolutely.
Blueprint and like we're gonna today we're going over here attacking here, going that direction. Like literally have their players out there. Like it's a game. So I think that's sad. And the less time people spend on YouTube, the best for anyone to and
She's absolutely two-faced. She's not even I mean, she's right out in the open lying. And her two like arch enemies in her mind are anybody who crosses her. Me. I didn't cross her though, even. Neither did Tiffany. But Miss Passion and Sharon V, I think she feels crossed her. But Tiffany and I did nothing to her.
Anyone's mental health. But having the C word being out there right now, being that it's cold, and then anyone with anything added, like for me, having it harder to get around than your average person, it all adds more time being spent on YouTube. So therefore, we see more of this craziness going on. But it's once the spring comes, I hope for the spring and the summer that we won't even really. I'm hoping be much connected with YouTube much anymore. Do something else, go a different way.
See, she talks about it like it's something to do with, mental illness and YouTube, and it's just ho-hum. It wasn't. I was fighting for my life. It wasn't like, oh, it's just YouTube. It's not real. It was people talking about something very real, trying to report my GoFundMe as fraudulent, telling people I was a pedophile, and I mean out of the blue. There's another troll of me, Maria? I mean, this woman made trolls of me, with help. She had help going around to places, and I couldn't see them. If you ever watch my videos, you have to sometimes pause them in order to read what's on the screen because they're actual screenshot proof of what happened. You know, everything that she did to me, she did with malicious intent. I mean, oh yeah, the Russian trolls, yeah.
You know, something ain't working for you. You should fix it. Hey, Diane, how are you? I keep doing that. Yeah, right, Luna. I wanted to be an accountant. I was telling the Luna guy that that was my very first not degree, my first I hate when I can't remember words. I'm like, well, back when I was in college and they learned things I now don't remember. I did my first semester accounting and graphic design because that's what I prefer. When you give too much from your heart and stuff, it's good to do one, but then not one as your job. It's better to do like a keep your nurturing side for your family and your friends, and then your job, like the accounting, so that you're not nurturing and then exhausted. If that makes sense. Because innately you'll
Okay, so let's take a look at some more of her. She's very entertaining to me. I'm sorry. This is all novel to me to be able to do this. So, sorry. It's something I want to do. Okay, so we did some of this one.
Drinking water before bed burns 46 pounds in 2 weeks. If you are struggling to lose weight and you're over 25, then you need to hear this.
Hey guys, it's about 7:30.
Okay.
Hear their voice without like growing up in my mouth. Just said the other day that I contacted her because I liked her narrative every day. Could you guys imagine that? Like Izzy, every day Izzy'd have one, right? Can you imagine Izzy would be like, "Oh my gosh," and she'd come back with another one. Like the only word that stood out in history is Munchausen. That's the only thing. No one remembers all the things that were evil about me, like evil.
The only word that stood out in history is Munchausen. What a bitch.
The emails I have for calling Joe like homosexual.
Show the emails. Show the emails.
About her, the emails where she's saying the F word every other word to me. I'm not gonna bring that stuff out. I'm not gonna say all the things she said because I haven't gone on her page in months. I don't know exactly how long, but a long time. Now I know what's been going on because I like to call them spies, but I'm a spy too, but they're my spies. Like we're all spies together. So I don't have to be everywhere and anywhere. I remember Tom Reed telling me one time he had minions that went out and just told him everything. I guess his minions were women that liked him. Stop it, Oreo. No, you're not going out. I found that very degrading. Or calling people we're all spies together. So my spies send me stuff and like just the title, or I can't listen to it, so I'll just be like, oh, if you watch it, what? Can you give me like like a sentence of like what exactly the topic was? If I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I just my mind. I have other things to do and outreach, and I cannot listen to an 8-hour live or 5 or 4. I can't even listen to a 15-minute thing sometimes if the voice is so grating on my ears. And I'm not referencing their voice being not a nice voice. I'm referencing the fact that they said so many evil things to me that I can't even hear their voice without like.
Now this one was just how long ago? Now this is somebody who, alright, so this was January 4th, 2020. You know, she was starting the New Year's real good.
Growing up in my mouth. And there's more than one person online. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4. About 4 or 5 people I can't listen to their voices at all. Like I don't listen to their lives. I know people laugh like, oh, they said they didn't listen to their live, but they did. No, I really don't listen to 5 different people's videos because I can't hear their voices. And I got pretty good tolerance for stuff. But when I'm done, I'm done. So I do know what's going on because it's a pattern. And when they send this up to me, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a pattern. So I did hear about that, which is funny because I can see why they would have said that. I know why they said that. So when I heard that, I did just there to go over there to look for it. But to look through the videos to see if some of the old videos are still up. And no, a lot of SG's videos are down. She hides, just like Izzy said, Izzy completely right, in a video, an older video.
I do not hide videos. When I take a video down, it's for a good reason. But Ollie takes videos down. Jules has a shitload of videos that are, they say, private. But I'm not allowed to.
Videos up, she hides them. She puts them up, she hides them. So when I met SG back when she got kicked off of Tom's channel, see, I met SG on Tom Reed's channel. And I remember her being super pleasant. She was one of the nicest people in the chat. She was, she said hello to everybody. She said hello to me every time I went in there. If I made a comment that was funny, once in a while she would respond. If I addressed her, she would respond to me. This is not like most of Tom's people with wrenches. Most of them were not like that. Most of them were, though, very cliquey. They wouldn't talk to you. If you said hi, they wouldn't respond. Hi, if you were a newbie and you weren't cool in their eyes, you weren't cool. And Tom usually ignored you. Once in a while, might say something, which is a topic for another day as to why women kind of fell for him. I could see what game he was playing. I did not fall for him.
Just so you know, White Russia, these are her own words. And I'm just commenting because she obviously, like when Tiffany went to go in there and tried to defend herself from the lies that were being told on the live stream yesterday, Jules will just block you. So she sits there and she lies and lies and lies and then blocks people so they can't defend themselves. And, you know, I don't do that. I allow people to come and speak and stuff. I'd much rather have none of this going on. But since we don't get that opportunity, I'm just, you know, taking that time to defend myself and Tiffany, you know, and anybody else that she talks crap about.
But when you tend to pick or choose who you listen to or talk to, whatever, that it's kind of like
you remember was it Mad TV with Stewart and the lady just go
you know, you're chosen or whatever. But I will talk about that another day. But I have reference why I know certain women who fall for him. And I love to do like a tutorial
I think
on how
she
not to
fell
fall
for him.
like that. I fell for one years ago. Very good looking though, I might say. Did not look like him. So at least I had a reason to fall for him besides his horrible personality. He was good looking. Very good looking.
Thinks everything's funny.
And I was like 20 or so. Yeah. So I mean, well, I'm not old now, but I was very young. He was very, very, very good looking. That lasted like 6 months, and then we stayed friends for like 10 years, so I refused to date him. But we stuck around as friends for 10 years. But he reminded me so much of Tom Reed that the personality is like identical.
We'll
yeah,
crush
definitely
about
be a good topic for another day. And yes, I'm just talking like you're in my living room because I'm sitting in my living room. You're here with me in my living room. So it's very you can make fun of it all you want, but it's very casual conversation. So I really did like her. I thought she was a cool chick. I was like, this is really a nice person that pleasant to newbies, and I find this type of people very I find them more pleasant than other people because they are confident enough to be pleasant to new people, and they don't feel like they have to be cool and act like they're cool. So I got a very great impression of SG right away. I don't remember how we got into contact, if we bumped into each other on another chat. I think that's probably how it happened because
she contacted me.
My email because I had a new channel.
Nope, she contacted me and I have the email. So we might have heard this before, so we're gonna try and skip ahead.
Going somewhere you're not supposed to go, but I know you're just out. It's gonna be like 5 hour live.
Another ad for her.
Hi, Money.
Weirdo with her ads. Thank you, White Russian. Appreciate that. It's a lot of ads here.
Oh, there it is. 41 minutes. All right, cool. Get. Oh, Snelly. Anyway. Ollie. So there's a pattern. There's the first part of the pattern. I'm trying to get ready for the outreach, and when I first started, I didn't have the shed, so all the clothes were in the house, and I washed everything and hang them on the hangers. It was nonstop. So I would talk on the phone and do that, but it got to be a lot because as she was the first person I started talking to, shortly after that, Ollie got in contact with me. Now, does this sound familiar? I'm a new channel. SG and Ollie come right to my channel. Who does this sound like? Bobble. It's Bobble starts a channel. She's a brand new channel. Who goes right over to Bobble channel? SG and
Bye.
So there's a pattern. There's the first part of the pattern. So Ollie comes over to me. Also very, very pleasant. Really liked her. Also don't remember how we started talking. I had not seen her on Tom's because she wasn't on Tom's. I'd heard a little bit about her.
I have an email, not an email, sorry, text message that I have up in a video where Jules states that while she was on Tom's, she was also friends with Ollie. So she knew pretty much everything about the community. That's what she said. And that was recent. That was October 13th or 14th that she sent that.
But I'm the same way as Bubbles was. I would not make a judgment call on Bubbles or SG based off of everybody else's information. Oh, real quick back to SG and Tom. Yeah, real quick. So the two people were Tom and Vern.
So she said she wouldn't make a call about me based on everybody, what everybody was saying. Nobody was saying anything about me. And she just said it herself that I was very nice and pleasant to her.
Tom, she kept saying was a horrible person. I totally fell for it because Tom had been a horrible person to me. Tom had kicked me off. Well, no. Okay, let's reverse that. At the time, I thought Tom had been a horrible person to me. Looking back, Tom had a lot of crazy people on his channel. Tom had a lot of people lying to him. So I was one person who was not lying to him. I was one person who actually went over on Cray Cray Deb's page and stood up for Cassie. And someone just told him they saw me over on Cray Cray Deb's page. I like Cray Cray Deb. I don't have a problem with her this one specific day, and she's probably trying to start trouble out there to get, views, which is exactly what a smart person should do as a channel. And Cassie gets gotten a purse or something, and she said,
"Oh, that's exactly what a smart person should do to get views." That's what she just said. Go out there and start trouble. Very revealing.
Something like, why she spent all this money. And I was a Tom fan for a month, and I was like, why are you being mean to Cassie? And I like Cassie for all that, everything. Someone must have seen me over there and told Tom, so I got kicked off. Tom's like, you yelled at me. You were on Cray Cray's page. I'm like, I didn't know. Like, I've been on here for like a month. So that's how I got kicked off Tom. So no, he wasn't being terrible and mean to me. That's not terribly mean. It's his channel. He's got all these people pretending to be someone and they're not. Of course he's gonna kick someone like anyone off. I meant nothing to him, and I shouldn't have meant anything to him. I was just a little avatar, and someone told him this little avatar did that. I could have been Ollie with a different avatar, or I could have been SG with a different avatar. He didn't know. So anyway, but at the time, that was my impression that he was kind of a mean man. I have different impressions of him now, but being mean to me, not important, nor really at the top of my list of my opinions of Tom Reed. And so maybe that's why she came to me. She saw me get kicked off after her.
I never went to her. She came to me.
I'm not sure. But the story she tells you of why she got kicked off of Tom Reed was that she had gotten, this was one of my first clues, something wasn't quite right in our friendship. She had been on there and she told Tom that she was going to get her report back and she was going to come tell everyone what her report was. And when she went to go the next day, she said, okay, yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow night on my live. That next night on this is where I'm saying stories are somewhat true. There's a bit of truth in there. She was about to get her report, I'm pretty sure. He may have told her that. That may have been true. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Tom's not, Tom's like that. He'll be like, yeah, we'll talk about it, whatever. Yes, Tom can be mean. So it does sound likely that he would have then just, kicked her off and not let her put up there. That does sound like a plausible explanation to most people, and most people were falling for that story. I know I fell for the story. But as time went on, a few people, I won't say their names, but they're still on his channel, and there's a few that are not on his channel. And I heard the same story, that is not how it went down.
It is how it went down. Why would I lie? And I have a text message from her stating she was there, she saw it, and it was rotten. You can't have it both ways, Jules.
There were multiple factors. One factor was that she was deleting. He knew she was deleting people's comments that she didn't like.
No, I wasn't.
He had been watching her and she had been deleting comments. This came from a couple sources. Is this true or is her story true? I don't know. I'm just telling you what made me a red flag go up. I'm not calling anyone a liar. I'm just saying a red flag went up. And the other red flag that went up was that she and Rochelle Reed were on one night, right the day before she got kicked off. I was there actually in the bleachers, and I remember Rochelle Reed was one that did not say hello to people, and she continues to not say hello to me, and continues to not like me for what reason I don't know. At this time, she did not like SG at all. They would fight all the time on. SG.
Now, something that I find interesting is that there is like a picture where Rachel Reed's avatar looks a little different than normally. Now, I didn't realize that until Rachel had pointed out that she had been getting cloned. So when I went back and looked, now I can't help but wonder if perhaps maybe she wasn't being cloned and somebody was causing trouble, because I find it hard to believe when Jules says here that Rachel Reed wouldn't say hello. Rachel Reed says hello to everyone. So that is a lie. Rachel Reed says hello to everyone.
Usually didn't start the fights, but as she was at a little more like, I don't know if it was power or whatever as a mod over there, but Rochelle lost her revenge first, and I just remember her saying she didn't care, it didn't matter.
And see? And she's lying there. It's wrong. She might not be lying. Maybe she just doesn't know the details, but she shouldn't be speaking on them. He made me and Rachel Reed mods the same night. Rachel Reed said, I don't want to be a mod here. I have too much fun chatting, and I don't want to be a mod, and blue doesn't go with my eyes.
Your eyes or something like that. And I was new, and I'm like, what is going on? What's up with these wrenches? And what's up with the color of the eyes? And it was just all bizarre and new to me, and I didn't understand like why people wanted the wrench and all that. But I do remember that night the two of them were fighting, and they didn't stop. And I don't really remember SG being really the protagonist, like but I do remember it kept going and someone warning them that Tom was not there, and if when Tom came back, they kept.
But that's not the night that I got wrenched. So she had been watching for a while. So she's got the two separate nights confused. She's got the night that we got wrenched and then Rachel Reed refused it, and the night that me and her argued. Okay? She's got them confused. So she needs to know that it's not her story. That's why you don't have any details. Your live stream's called The Devil is in the Details. You don't have details.
Fighting, he wasn't going to like it, giving them a warning, like a very kind warning, because they could have stopped and it could have been deleted and nobody would have been the wiser because he wasn't there. I don't know if he's doing a silent live or he was gone, or I'm not exactly sure. But when you delete people's comments, if it's live and you delete them, it says like deleted or hidden or whatever after the fact. They're not just deleted. There's not like the person unless the person deletes their profile. That's something else you guys need to learn about is when people tell you certain things happen, if you don't know how things can actually happen online when things are deleted or different stuff, you can believe it. So when someone deletes something in a live, the name is still there. Let's say, hidden by or whatever, but it's still there. Unless, let's say I make up a.
That's interesting, John. I thought you said that you couldn't delete anything off live stream. Isn't that what you said? When I said, no, Jules, you have removed most of the conversation off that live stream, that Munchausen one. And you said, no, that can't be done.
Fake account. Let's say I make up like Molly is the cutest dachshund, and I'm in a live, and then I completely shut down.
It really seems like to me she knows quite a bit of the insides and outs of trolling and fake accounts and clones and everything.
The channel called Molly is the cutest dachshund. So then, because do you guys remember when Jeff Spiel used to do that, and there was a couple other people that used to do that? I want to say one of the what would they call it? Janice Dickerson. One of the Janice Dickersons used to do that. And a few other people. Their comments were just gone.
One of the Janice Dickersons, she says. How does she know Janice Dickinson wasn't just one?
He does it sometimes. A few others. Their comments are gone because they closed that account. It was a stock account, and once the stock account is gone, nothing's there.
Wow. For some newbie, huh?
So that will come back as important down the road when it comes to my live that she references. So I put it out there for everyone to see numerous times, and she doesn't seem to touch it. She doesn't care because nothing's in there. It just seems.
I don't seem to touch it. I don't care. But the word of history was Munchausen.
Like someone maybe deleted themselves out of there, which I assume maybe was Jeff. I'm not sure. He was coming around back then. Where's Karma?
Oh, more commercials for her.
Elemental.
Can't believe how many commercials this girl gets. It's Too many ads for a liar.
So that was the first thing. So she wanted me to make videos about Tom.
I can
Every
show
video
you.
was like, let's go after Tom. Let's go after Tom. I don't want to go after Tom.
I can show you a recent text message from her wanting me to partake in going after Tom.
An outreach channel. So I'm like, I don't want to go after Tom. I mean, I could have grown my channel, Tommy. But Tom had told me I could use Chosen One at the beginning of my titles because he taught me how to use computers. I mean, computers. He told me, sorry, I was looking at my dog. He taught me how to use cameras. We talked on the phone a couple times. He was kind of forward. I was not flirtatious with him. In the end, after the whole cray Deb thing, he picked Angie. He got Angie from Muscle.
He picked Angie. Isn't that weird? What a weird way to think.
Was the one to pick, and he ended up supporting her channel, telling everyone on his channel they could go there, and telling everyone on his channel they could not go to my channel. So that was strike one on my channel. He did that on purpose. People were emailing me from day one, and I don't think I've ever told anyone online this, maybe someone privately, but I was getting emails from his subs, very nice people saying, we want to come on your channel, we're watching your stuff, but we can't come, we can't even sub, or we'd have to privately sub or whatever because he will kick us off his channel. And I was like, wow. So he did not want my channel to grow from day one. I mean, that's just awful. I have my theory as to why he didn't want my channel to grow, and he supported other channels, but I don't really want to say it here. It might come off as like a little rude, but I have my theory,
She cares about coming off as a little rude? Really?
That he was, well, I can see the part that I don't think is rude. So I think he was slightly threatened, actually. I think that he knew. Well, he didn't know yet. I guess, we'd be able to have good interviews and stuff, but I think what he was really doing, I guess I can tell you this part, what I think he was really doing was trying to get rid of having to deal with all the people that were always calling, always sending emails. And it was really just like he was picking someone to do a pity kind of thing for, which is just like throw all those people over there so he doesn't have to deal with it.
So she's saying that he picked Angie to do a pity thing for. Wow. Can this woman get over herself?
And it could have been helpful to them. They could have taken it and used it and made something out of it, but he didn't have to deal with it. So I'm not. I think it was a spiteful thing on his part towards me, and then he threw it over there and wanted me to get upset, but it didn't upset. He does this stuff. He said it before. He likes to play games and hurt people and stuff. There's a lot that goes on behind this. But anyway, back to SG. I do have ADD. You guys know that. So that's one of the things that started. SG knew that. It was kind of. I guess it was kind of known. I guess it was known, yeah, because SG would talk about it, because SG said, that she knew people weren't coming over to ours, and people couldn't come over.
How the hell did I know about that? She's out of her freaking gourd. She got kicked off after I did. And I don't even believe that she really fully did. I never spoke to him on the phone. This woman has written a story in her mind, repeated it so many times that she can actually go, and then she's a nut.
And it would go to Angie, because she's denied this. I've mentioned this once before. I wouldn't watch Angie.
I never denied this. What I said was, I'm not sure. They might have been referring to your Joe in Angie's live stream, because there was a Joe there. And then I saw that actually there was. Actually, it wasn't that it was Joe there. You know what it was? It was the first time I'd ever seen Ministry of Truth. And I thought they were kind of making fun of Jules by saying Ministry of Truth or something.
Angie's channel, because I did not want to pick up. I wouldn't watch Morals Over Money. I wouldn't watch any of the other channels that were similar in outreach channels, because I did not want to pick up on their ways of.
Yeah, but you know, White Russia, what you should do is say that to the people causing the stress, because I can't cut it out while they're causing it. You see what I'm saying? That's like if somebody was poking you. It doesn't mean that I can just, tune them out of everything that they have hindered for the last year. So you should say that to them. See, it's a wonderful message. and you're not out of line, but you're preaching to the choir here, because yeah, these are live streams that I'm responding to that were made. You know what I'm saying? I'm exposing her.
Asking questions and things. So it wasn't out of a spiteful or jealous or anything of not watching other outreach channels, that were big, because there were some really big ones like Morals Over Money. It was out of like not wanting to pick up on doing things their way. Because I was even someone saying things that Tom said. Like I didn't say like, "Wow, Daisy," but I would pick up on stuff and accidentally say it. So I didn't want to do that. So I didn't watch any of Angie's stuff. And one day she called me up and she said to me, "Hey, Jules," she's like, "Angie said something mean about Joe." I said, "No, she didn't." And I was like, "Why would Angie say something mean about Joe? We're fine. We're not friends, but we don't know each other, but we're not enemies. Like, why would you do that?" And so I just like laughed it off. I'd always like laugh at that stuff. And like the next day though, it kind of came in my head, which I know now she did it on purpose. And so I said to her, I was like, "Wait, where did she say that?" Because of course it's Joe. I'm like, I don't defend him. Like I defend him and my friends and everybody. So I go, she's like, "Oh no, I listened to it again, and it was someone else she's talking about." So I'm not dumb. Like as soon as someone answers a question like that really fast, they're not telling you the truth. So when I wasn't calling on her on it to figure out if she's telling the truth or not, I just really genuinely wanted to go find out where it was and listen just to make sure. Like, and I wouldn't be rude. I'd be like, "Hey," and like, "What the heck?" and clear it up so that she and I weren't enemies. But for SG to quickly say within a second, "Oh no, it wasn't her," I knew at that point, after the Tom Reed thing getting a different story, these things are not panning out. So that was like my second warning. So I was like, "All right, Jules, this is."
I remember exactly what happened. And it was because I was, like, in fact, the live, I don't even know if it was live at the moment, but I was on the phone with her watching, and they said, yeah, the ministry of truth, but I didn't really understand how, uh, you know, I don't know. I didn't know there was a ministry of truth. I kind of thought they were making fun of her because she was saying she was a ministry. I didn't know ministry of truth, I didn't know. So then I realized they were actually talking to a ministry of truth. And so that's why I was able to answer so quickly, because Ministry of Truth immediately responded. And I said, "Oh, wait, well, my bad. It wasn't you guys." And I laughed. I go, "My bad. It was, they were, you know, that's exactly what it was." I thought they were kind of ragging on her, but it wasn't her. They weren't ragging on anybody. I thought the name though, but there really was Ministry of Truth, who was very nice. That's all it was. It had nothing to do with how she's trying to make it be a flag.
This isn't really going to be a friendship that's going to go anywhere because you already don't trust her. So the third thing that happened was, it's going to be a long one. Vern. Probably even more than her wanting me to go after Tom was Vern. I mean, it was every day. And I know Izzy and other people had heard about him. Apparently, before I came along, he was the one that had been stalking her for 3 years. And it was like all this die B. I'm just saying B instead of other words. I don't like that word. I'll use it sometimes. Die B. All these. So she would say, "Jules, I only have one apparatus to use, like like one phone or whatever. I can't."
I've controlled my reaction for such a long time, and now that I have a laptop, I can expose them.
Can't tape him. So I would just hear her every day. She wanted me to do it, and I have all this shit to do. So
see, because what she just said is part of the reason how she was able to gain this fucking platform, right? White Russia, because I called her. I said, "Please, this guy is saying he's going to cut my head off." I go, "You have 2 devices and I don't. Will you please just record him saying he's going to cut my head off? And, that way I have evidence of it."
Not with any intentions of becoming a friend, with no intentions of like.
And she became his friend.
Most guys get serious eye bags as they get older, but most guys don't do anything about it.
Yep, and by exposing her, I'll be stress-free.
Around later, it was like, okay, if he's really being mean to.
You need to know, this guy, I asked her simply to record somebody who was threatening my life.
That really fast, they're not telling you the truth. So when I wasn't calling on her on it, after the Tom Reed thing, getting a different story, these things are not panning out. So that was like my second warning. So I was like, all right, Jules, this isn't really going to be a friendship that's going to go anywhere because you already don't trust her. So the third thing that happened was,
I'm not like that. I'm not like that way,
probably more
Russia.
than her wanting me to go after Tom with Fern. I mean, it was every day. And I know Izzy and other people have heard about him. Apparently, before I came along, he was the one that had been stalking her for 3 years.
I don't have cancer
And
concerns.
it was like all this die bee. I'm just saying bees. There's other words. I don't like that word. I'll use it sometimes. Die bee.
She won't say he was calling, saying.
I only have one apparatus to use, like meaning like one phone or whatever. I can't tape him. So I would just hear her every day. She wanted me to do it, and I have all this shit to do.
All I wanted her to do was record him saying that, not make a video.
From Adam. I didn't know why he'd be angry at she. Just none of it really made sense. And this is now my third thing that is a red flag. So I'm going, okay. So me thinking, okay, let me just go over there and just like, I've heard his name so many times. Let me just go assess the situation. Like, what actually is he? What is he doing? Not with any intentions of becoming his friend. With no intentions of like being sneaky to SG as she turned it around later. It was like, okay, if he's really being mean to SG and like he's a psychopath, let me go.
With no intentions of being sneaky to SG. Hi, Bobby. But you know, it's okay. Right, Russia? Weren't you like a little while ago saying, that's right, you go, Tiffany? Isn't that what you said? You get him, Tiffany.